jerky time. Alright guys, welcome back to another video. So today's just going to be a bit of a quick video. I'm going to be making some beef jerky. I've just got some marinating here. As you can see there, it's been marinating sort of. It hasn't been 24 hours. I did this about 2:30, 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I cut all this up and marinated it. Don't ask me what's in the marinade because I don't know. Well, I do know, but I can't really remember because I'm just one of those people. I just add a heap of shit together till it tastes good. So that's what we got there. It turned out alright. There's a bit of barbecue sauce. There's brown sugar in there, a bit of soy sauce, smoked paprika, a bit of pepper, garlic, all that sort of stuff. Little tip with if you're making beef jerky yourself, when you slice it, it's got to be pretty thin. So little tip is have it half frozen, half thawed out. Just makes your meat a little bit stiffer and easier to cut, no pun intended. You don't want to be going doing that because it would probably hurt and that'd probably cause a trip to the hospital. Anyway, well, I've got the dehydrator set up here and I've got some of these racks. This is just what come in. I've got 3 there at the moment. I've still got another 2, so 5 racks altogether. 3 might nearly be enough, I don't know. You got to sort of space out a bit so it doesn't stick to itself or stick to the other pieces. So I'm just going to go ahead and place them on. That's a little bit thicker, that piece. But as you can see, that's a little bit thicker, that piece, but that's pretty thin there. So that's about how thin you want them. So like I said, have the meat half frozen, half thawed out, just makes that a little bit easier to cut, and a sharp knife help as well. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and space all these out on here, and then I'll get back to you and just show you the dehydrator and all that stuff, and show you how I got it placed out. So anyway, I'm going to do that. I'll get back to you and we'll be good to go. So I got them all spaced out there. I'll give you a look in a sec, but what I'm going to do, as you can see in the bottom there, a bit hard to see, but there's still a bit of juice and stuff, so I just got one of these pastry brush things. I'll just try and mop up whatever else I can, because some of them, you know, are sort of a bit light on with the marinade on some sides. So I put those sides up, facing upwards, and then I'll just get some of this extra stuff and give them a bit of a brush over, just to make the most of it, sort of thing. Give them a light brush. It was pretty arsey actually. I thought I was going to run out of tray room, so I end up using all 5 of the trays. So the problem with beef jerky is that it looks like there's a lot there, but once you dehydrate and it all shrinks down, there's not really a great deal. Even though beef jerky will last once it's actually jerky, once it's dried out, you'd think it'd last forever, but not around here. It doesn't. This probably only lasts maybe a week, 2 weeks maybe, if that, if you're lucky. If you haven't feed out, I'm a pretty big fan of beef jerky. So if you've got a dehydrator at home or something, you can do this in a smoker as well. I was going to try smoking some beef jerky, but just be as easy to do it this way. That'll do. So that used pretty well all of it up. Just this stuff in the corner here, well that's just a bit of fat and stuff that I sort of missed when I was cutting it up, because like with beef jerky you don't really want a heap of fat on it. There's a few bits there that are a bit fatty. I'll give you a look anyway. Alright, so this is what we got going on here. You can see it just sort of evenly all spaced out. So there's a fair bit there when you look at it. So yeah, you got 5 trays. So it's a fair bit there. As you can see there, a couple of the bits are a bit light on, so I just gave them a bit of a, I probably should have mixed it up a bit more when it was marinating, just so it all got fairly coated, but that'll do. It's going to taste alright anyway, because it sort of just sucks in all that juice anyway. So right, I'll set the camera angle up a bit different. I'll show you this dehydrator over here. Alright, as you can see behind me here, this is the dehydrator, well the base of it anyway. It's just got a big fan in it and just creates hot air and just pushes the hot air up through it, and that's what dries out your meat. Then you got your settings. You got low, medium, high. So I normally just put it on high whenever I do this. Where it's going, it takes about, from what I remember, I think it's about 14 hours. So it's 8:45. So yeah, 14 hours from now, roughly. If you just check it every now and then. Some of those thicker pieces might take a little bit longer, so I always just leave that a little bit longer. It's only going to dry out so much anyway. So with those smaller bits, once they go dry, they'll be dry. I'll show you what we do here. So it's pretty well, it's easy, it's just stacking it on, just like that. So they just stack on like that. So there's your 5 trays, and you just grab your lid. As you can see, it's got the hole in it all the way through. Right, so that's ready like that. So you just turn it on. You switch it on at the wall. You just got your modes down here. So it's on low at the moment. Medium, high. So then that'll just push all the heat through there. You can feel it's still a bit cool at the moment because it's just started, but it'll warm up. You can just hear it running there. That's just pushing all that air through. Then, alright, so now that that's all set up, it'll take about roughly 14 hours like I said. So I'm going to leave that and I'll get back to this video later on, once this is all ready. So it'll be a fair bit later on this afternoon. And then later on as well, I'm going to test out the smoker, like I've been talking about for bloody ever. That's my smoker there. What I had left over from all that meat there, I just cut into sort of strips, and then I got some of this. I picked it up from Bunnings, Texas True Grit. It's a smoky with a touch of chili and garlic. So it's got a bit of, you can just smell it in there, it's got a bit of spice to it. I've got some of this as well. It's called Memphis Dirt. It's garlic and onion, and with it's got a bit of lemony sort of citrus flavour through it as well. So I might do a bit of both on the leftover steak I had. I'll test that out later in my smoker, and that'll be a separate video as well. Alright, so anyway, I'm gonna leave that. I'll get back to you later on, see how she goes.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Alright guys, it's all done. It's nearly 10 o'clock at night. So I'm just gonna try and get this done real quick. So it hasn't quite been 14 hours, so it's been just a little over, 12, 13 hours. So it's pretty well done, as you can, it's pretty good. So spot on. Nice and dry. It turned out really good. There's plenty of flavour in it. So, yeah. So it wasn't quite 14 hours, as I just said. So, but anyway, I've got plenty of beef jerky now for, a couple of days. So, anyway guys, smash that like button, press that subscribe button down below, press the bell button so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Share the channel around, watch some of the other videos. Stay wild. I'll see you next time.